cracking, what's cracking? I'm out here in the UK. I'm straight out of Compton tour, man. Much love. And you know you rocking with, man. It's Lil Easy E, and we about that online. So we finna get it cracking, man.
Yo, y'all know I'm terrible with technology, but I'm now live. About to chop it up. I'm gonna put this right there. Talk about dreams and goals, just life. That's what this live is about. Let me see. What's going on, y'all? I'm gonna let y'all get on here. Let me see. Blessings. Yeah, I've been on the grind. I got a lot of big things coming, so we just putting the work in. That's what people don't see. You know, they see the success. They never see everything you have to do to get there. You have no idea. That's why people, when they make it, they turn up and they just, I guess they make life look effortless because they like, forget it, man. I've been grinding. I got to live a little life. But yeah, the grind is definitely going to pay off. Been planting a lot of seeds for years and years. My movie, One Heart, that movie took over 7 years to make. It'll definitely probably be up for a lot of Oscar talk, Oscar nominations. Me and my pop's businesses, you know, we've been working on that years and years. It start with the dream, then you got to bring the goals to life, then you got to go after it. You got to plant the seeds, and of course the seeds got to blossom. The tree doesn't grow overnight. See those big trees when you're outside? It's not an overnight process. They were little seeds that blossom into big, strong trees. So that's just what I've been on. Like I know the best is yet to come for me. Like, and that's for you too. Like, this is what the Bible says. The Bible says, if you're still alive, your best is yet to come. So everybody out there, don't worry if you're having a bad day, a bad month, even a bad year. All right, I'm supposed to be doing an interview right now, so let me get to it. I'm chopping it up with y'all. Let me see how I do this. They said add and request. I don't even know how to work this. I don't see her. Dang, I need some help. How do you invite somebody? Let me try to do this. Yo, I'm like a dinosaur when it comes to technology, y'all. I apologize. Okay, I see my publicist telling me to invite them, which I don't know how to do. I usually have my little brothers here for that, but let me try. Okay, let me see. Yo, y'all laughing. All right, how do you invite somebody? Let me just try. I'm gonna start pressing anything. Search. TANIKARAY. Let me put in her Instagram account, see if it pop up. Come on, Tanika. Let's see. Let's see if this works. I pressed it. Right. Let's see. Thank you. Click the camera button.
Hey,
Okay, there we go.
you did it. We did
I'm
it. We get an applause.
I'm the worst with technology. I'm just letting you know. But we made it happen.
No, right here. It's so hard. I don't know why they make it so hard, right?
I'm just an old, you know.
You just want to give me a phone call. Let's do old school phone call and call it a day.
Yeah, how you doing though?
I'm so good. Are you in LA?
I'm all over the place. So down south, you know, New Orleans, Nashville,
All at the same time, right?
Tennessee State, you know, with my little brother over there. He went to HBCU. So we repping. So I'm
Is he? I think you cut out for a second. I went to
somebody
Spelman.
somebody was trying to call me. See?
Oh, okay. See, you too popular, Romeo. You too popular. I went to Spelman, so I'm always holding it down for an HBCU.
Yeah.
I know you probably didn't have time to go to college, did you? You were already a businessman.
No, I put my whole career on hold to go to college. Nickelodeon offered my prime. I had the #1 show on Nickelodeon, the Romeo show. They offered me a 5-movie a picture deal if I didn't go to college, if I stayed in career, and it's gonna give me 3 more seasons of my TV show. But I ultimately decided to go to college to master my craft, and I wanted that normalcy. You know, I don't think people realize young stars, they don't live a normal life. Like imagine 10 years old in France, away from your mom, you know, away from your family, your brothers and sisters, and you have to do this adult job. It's like, even though you're good at your job, you're still a kid, you know? You don't understand that this is work. So I remember there was many times where I'm in France, you know, I'm in Germany, and like, I just want to hug my mom and, you know, be with my brothers and sisters, or be with my schoolmates and go to recess. Like other kids were going to recess while I was on tour and doing these interviews, 20 interviews a day with adults. So the sacrifice is real when you're a young entertainer.
Absolutely.
But I put everything on hold to go to college.
I think that's beautiful. And I think what's so extraordinary about that story is that you have parents that instilled that in you, right? Yes, it was lonely on the road, but your dad was always teaching you entrepreneurship, getting your business mind right. And I think that is something we all can learn from. It's really powerful.
Yeah, great parenting is real, you know. That's why I tell people, man, if you bring a kid into this world, make sure you're going to be in that kid's life. Because when I wanted to get into the industry, my mom and dad set me down, and it was like, if you get anything lower than a B, guess what? Your career over with. So I had to get A's and B's on top of, you know, chasing my dreams and being very busy still while playing sports. And that was the ultimatum. It's like, if you get C's and D's, you know, you're not going to have this career because you're still a kid. Education comes first.
I love that. Romeo, that's super powerful. And I think especially for our community right now, there's a lot of kids that are...
My dad trying to get in here. Let me see.
Oh, okay. Let's get your dad in here.
More than one. I just requested them. I may be a pro if I pull this
Look
up.
at you.
Here I go.
There you go. What's up, Master P?
All right. Can you hear me?
Can you see him, Romeo?
Yeah, you're froze.
Modern technology.
But look, who would have thought I'll be the plug with technology?
When is your family going to come out with some live social media app where we can do this and have better technology? What's up? Add something to your plate.
Is Dad frozen over there?
There he is.
Yeah. What's going on?
Did you see him?
Hi, Master P. It's Tanika Ray, and you obviously know your son.
Yes.
He's made you very proud, I'm sure. We were just talking about how when Romeo was young, he had all these contracts with Nickelodeon, he had all this stardom, and you and his mother really made it clear that his grades had to stay up, that he needed to make sure his business mind was right. Why was that important, knowing that you had plenty of money? He could have just, been a star. Why was that important for you to
Yeah,
mention that was important?
I would think for the people that are listening and watching, we wanted to break a generational curse. And if you're gonna build a generational wealth, it all starts with education. It's not just about how much you have. Education and knowledge is so important. So we could pass that down from generation to generation. And then Romeo, just being a good kid at the time and being able to accept that and say, I want more out of life. Most of us don't get that while we're young. So this is so important that families understand the importance of knowing who God is. And we don't live for money. It's all about education and knowledge. And we could pass that down, then we could build generational wealth.
I love that so much. I actually come from a family of educated people. My dad was a lawyer,
Yeah.
my mom was a teacher. That's all we knew, but I didn't know. It felt like we were alone in that. So I applaud you so much for what you've done for your family in building this empire. Let's get into this interview. I know you guys don't have that much time. We're talking
Yes.
about dreaming in black. What does
Yes.
dreaming in black mean to you guys?
Yeah. Dreaming in black just means that anything is possible, right? It means that if they could do it, we could do it. And I think my dad set the blueprint of saying, literally knowing that it's no limit. That's dreaming in knowing it's truly no limit.
How did you develop that mindset for yourself, Master P? It wasn't like, were your parents feeding that to you as a kid? Where did this come from?
Well, it comes from a lot of failure, a lot of hunger, a lot of pain, a lot of struggle, growing up in poverty and not using that as an excuse, saying, even if I feel that's something that it's just going to be a lesson, it's not a loss. I got to keep moving. I got to keep getting back up. If they close the door, I got to go through the window. If they close the window, I'm going through the chimney. And knowing that we can't change the past, but we can change the future. That's what motivated me. And I just want anybody that's out there that's watching this and listening, don't let your struggles and your pains and your failures stop you from going to where you need to go at. The guy that discovered the light bulb failed 1,000 times. And 1,001, it was able to, now we have lights. I mean, technology is constantly going. Imagine Steve Jobs, how many times he failed to now we have the iPhone. It's just going up and up and up, and even while he's not here. So I just think those failures is what pushed me to say, you know what, you're never gonna hit a home run unless you swing at the ball. I was just telling my other son this today. He's in college, like Romeo said, he's at Tennessee State. He chose a HBCU, and it's important because kids at HBCUs have chips on their shoulders. And I told him, I say, don't be afraid to miss a shot. Just because you're a top star, like you're not gonna make every shot. If you look at Trey Young, he probably had the worst game he ever had the other day with Atlanta Hawks, but he still had 26 punts because how many shots, how many attempts he took. You look at Kobe Bryant when he was alive, he scored 81 punts, and I asked him, I said, if Kobe Bryant scored 81 punts, how many attempts he took to score that amount of buckets and baskets? So we can't be afraid to fail and get out and at least try. So and we have to be committed to what we're doing. Got to put the work in, and it's all about consistency. So consistency, practicing, working will get you to your dreams and your goals. And that's what Dreaming in Black is about, us being consistent, not worrying about the past, but figuring out how to change the future. And the way we do that, even though we protest, we stood in the middle of the streets and we fought, but the next step is economic empowerment, be able to put money back into our community and our culture.
Yes, that's some king talk right there. Thank you so much. Let's get into your foundation, Team Hope, NOLA. It continuously serves the community of New Orleans and reminds us of the importance, what you were just speaking of, giving back. AT&T Dream in Black is a long-standing partner with Team Hope NOLA. As you know, I want everybody to know here. We're proud to support our efforts again this year. Tell us a little bit about Team Hope NOLA. What inspired you to start Team Hope NOLA?
Well, you know, it's a family foundation. And with me and Romeo and the rest of the family, it's about helping our city, our culture, the youth and the elderly People forget about the elderly. That's the wisdom in our community.
Yes.
Being able to spend time with them. Me and Romeo open up a grocery store in there. It's a food desert. And also Team Hope NOLA is all about the next generation, giving scholarships, making sure kids understand the importance of education. And we salute AT&T for taking that journey with us. We've been doing this for over 21 years. And it's what brings smile and joy to our face. Because the more we make, the more we give. And to be able to help kids that come from what we come from, to help the elderly, the wisdom in the community, the people that paved the way for us. That's what Team Hope NOLA is all about. It's the community, the culture, and we love it. And we couldn't have done this without New Orleans, without our culture and our community. And I tell everybody that's in the program, I say, whoever make it out, keep it going. Me and Romeo here, but you guys got to keep it going. Y'all got to move it forward. Y'all got to give it back. Y'all got to come back and support this, help the elderly. So whoever else is successful, that's how we keep this going. And I think this is probably the most important thing that we have to do, Team Hope, because it's about our people and our culture and making a difference. So you're never too young or too old to make a difference. Romeo been doing this as he was 10 years old, so he was on that journey with me. So this is, I know a lot of people. And I also want to thank the volunteers and the staff at Team Hope NOLA, because without y'all, we couldn't do this for over 21 years.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Most places.
NOLA.
Go ahead, Romeo.
Thing with Team Hope NOLA, I want this to be an inspiration for anybody out there. I tell people always say one person can't change the world, right? But one person can make a difference. If you make it, you got to give back to your community. And that's how one person changed the world. Everybody think it has to be this great big quantity, right? That you have to do everything. No, it's bits and pieces, and that's how the puzzle connect. And that's what Team Hope NOLA is about. Everybody can have their own Team Hope from wherever city you're in. You know, you're from wherever you're, I don't care if you're overseas or if you're in Tennessee or you're in Wisconsin or you're in Cali. If you make it, you got to give back to your community. That's how we make a difference.
I was going to say, that's almost your greatest education, is being a part of this foundation. Yes, college is great, but the fact that you've been giving back since you were 10 years old, Romeo, is just so impactful to your mindset as a man now. What has the foundation been focused on most this year during the pandemic? You can answer that, Romeo.
Yeah, I think this year is just a lot of mental health has been on the radar. I think having that time to kind of live with ourselves. I think before the pandemic, everybody was just going, right? And it was always just about, I need a job, I got to do this, I got to take vacation, I got to X, Y, and Z, I got to prepare for this kind of life. And I think mental health was a big eye opener, that so many people are struggling with things that we just look past. And I think that was the blessing during the pandemic, even though it was a very hard time. We had a lot of losses, but I think just showing that side that everybody's human and that everybody is fighting some type of monster, and we got to play our part. We have to be kind. You never know what that person is going through. So that made me want to go 10 times harder with all of our philanthropy work, because there's a lot of people out there who needs the help.
Yeah, even the elderly, being able to touch them through the pandemic, because we was losing a lot of them through the pandemic.
Yeah.
And to just making sure they had essential goods, they had water, making sure they had stuff to clean their houses with, being able to get on Zoom calls with a lot of the younger people in the community, just to keep them going, like Romeo said, because we was dealing with a lot of mental health issues inside the communities. A lot of kids couldn't go outside, so we had to do things online to communicate with them and to prepare them and let them understand the importance of social distancing, even with their loved ones, because it was affecting a lot of the elderly people. So it was a blessing that we was able to get through this and to be able to put money back into the community and making sure that the young people had masks, making sure the elderly had masks.
Yeah, and we was doing down there, I don't know if a lot of people knew, but a lot of the elderly, they couldn't get out their homes to go get groceries and stuff.
Yeah.
Out of our people
Scared too.
Yes.
NOLA was making those deliveries to their front doors.
I love that. And that is so important. We do have to take care of not only our young, but the ones that have paved the path for us right now. So that, thank you so much for that. I do want to take this moment because there's a lot of giveaways that we need to get into. Everybody that's on the live right now, you have a chance to win a Dream in Black t-shirt. Make sure you hashtag right now Dream in Black. I have a whole team that's going to look for the first 35 people. Hashtag Dream in Black. Hashtag AT&T Future Maker. We're giving away t-shirts. I actually got a whole box right here. Let's see if I can pull one out. I mean, come on. Hello. They're flying.
Yes.
Flying. Look.
You got to get that.
Get that. Get that. Put that in the chat right now. We also have...
Yes, AT&T got the hookup.
They got the hookup. Not only that, we're giving away $10,000 a month until November.
Wow.
Master P, what could you have done starting your business? Because we want to inspire entrepreneurs, people with dreams. What could you have done with 10 G's at the beginning of your career?
You know what? I took 10 G's and built an empire, built no limit. So stop thinking that you need a lot of money. I started my company with $10,000. So this is incredible that AT&T is doing this. And all you future entrepreneurs and business people out there, take advantage of this opportunity and use this to start your dreams and your goals. And don't take this lightly. Take this and say, you know what? Let's build something. Let's turn something around. Let's invest into a business. Let me create some product. I think the most important thing that I realize in life, that product outweighs talent. That's why we're able to still be successful right now, because you could reach your peak in your talent level, but your full potential in a product business, you could pass this down from generation to generation. I watch a lot of amazing companies start small, build a brands, and pass that business down from generation to generation. And that's what other cultures are doing, and that's what we need to be doing.
The buzzword is breaking the generational curse. I love that you said that at the top of this. Romeo, what is your mindset on the generational curse and how you plan with your kids going forward and how you impress upon your friends around you, your entire sphere, how we can pass it down? We can break those generational curses and we can follow our dreams.
Yeah, I think everybody has generational curses, right? But you don't have to be a product of that. And that's what we do in our household, just trying to teach the youth in the future that they could be better than us, you know, and that's the entire purpose of life. It's not about being perfect, because even the Bible says you got to go through opposition to reach your true goal. But it's about wanting to be better and knowing that you can be better, you deserve better. And it's about generational wealth for us. You know, y'all know my pop's story coming from the Calio projects. Like, we weren't successful people. My dad was the first one to be like, I'm gonna make a difference. And then I was the next one, like, I'm gonna keep this going. And that's what we're passing down to my younger brother and sisters, Hersey and Mercy, out there chasing their dreams. They're not only top athletes, but they're top students. You know, my sisters building their own business empires. And that's what we hope that families see when they look at us. They see that anything is possible. Because me and my pops, they think it's easy. It's not easy. Like, my dad was the first. I'm a second generation. So we're not 7 and 8 generations. We're the first and second. But I worked so that we could be to the 9th and 10th and 11th generations one day of success and generational wealth.
I think too, guys, you guys have to realize we have to be able to look ourselves in the mirror, and it's called self-accountability. You don't get a trophy for doing the right thing. You get to live, you get to be free, you get to be around your family. Like Romeo said, we get to enjoy this with each other. There's a lot of people that grew up around me. They didn't hold themselves accountable for the mistakes that they made. If you're gonna be a man, you gotta hold yourself accountable for all the mistakes you make, and not be afraid to better yourself and make changes if you want the best for you and your family. So I decided that I just didn't want to live and die in the ghetto. I knew there was something bigger for me. I wanted to work hard, make my way out, never forget where I came from. We created Team Hope NOLA because we love the community and the culture. and we feel like we are one family. And I feel like once you make it out of the environment, you shouldn't go backwards. You should always be a part of saying, how can I show these kids that I made it out? Look at my life, that it can happen. But at the same time, you got to think bigger. You got to think breaking these generational curses. And we're thinking as a family build generational wealth, because it's not about the money. We can't take it with us. It's temporary. But we realize the more we make, the more we give, the more we can help. And I think that's the most important thing about it, because success is only temporary.
Absolutely. I love that you guys don't just talk about working hard, but it's about fixing the mindset as well.
Yes.
And I think
Yes.
you guys are consistently an example of how Black excellence can continue on from father to son and beyond that. So it's not just about getting very cool paraphernalia, t-shirts
Yes.
and hoodies, but it's also about giving away this $10,000. You already heard what Master P said he did with $10,000. He built an empire. So if you want to join that contest, we need you to make a 30 to 60 second video explaining why you are dreaming in Black. Now, that's everything from helping your community to making your dreams come true, to always thinking of your sisters and brothers and how you are changing the narrative in your community. So if you have any questions, we will talk about that again, but I want you to make that 30 to 60 second video, put it up on Instagram, and make sure you hashtag Dream in Black, as well as hashtag ATT Future Maker, so that we can find your video and we can look at all the videos that are submitted, find the best one. And each month from June, it's June 29th, somebody's going to win from June all the way to November, will win $10,000 each month, so they can start their business and they can make their dreams come true. Thank you so much. We're going to keep moving. We're going to talk about now what I think is really, really important as well, is the review, Master P review.
Yes.
Master P. Okay.
Yeah.
So obviously you guys you're showing us the way every single day, the way you live and the way that you illustrate what it is to be excellent. You also had this thing during the pandemic, Master P Review Series, which we are all really enjoying, by the way. It is a way for up and coming businesses to get a platform from you. And it really helped them thrive during a really rough time. You're truly elevating small businesses. Tell me about a really great success story that came out of Master P Reviews.
Yeah, so if you want to be able to go on and watch Master P Reviews, go to masterpreviews.com. It's a channel. It's all about putting small business on the spotlight, their product, their brands. This is the way we build economic empowerment. We had Dylan Nays from Philadelphia, a single mother that created this company, named it after her son, Dylan, and created Dylan Nays. And this company is probably one of the fastest growing drink companies. They went from just having small amounts of drinks serving their community to now serving the world now. So, and it all happened on Master P Reviews. All you gotta do is send your product in. We're gonna review it for free. And this is the way we pay it forward, with me and Romeo as business partners. And people don't know that we do a lot of stuff together, and to be able to work together as a family and show our community and our culture that we can work together. We're not a perfect family. We don't agree on everything, but we agree to disagree. We disagree to agree. And it's all about love, and it's all about us growing. And we want to show these small business owners that this is the way we grow your product, your brand, and that we believe in you, and we want to show the world your product because we're excited about building economic empowerment. This is the way we get rid of the injustice that's happening in our communities. This is the way we take back our blocks. And this is the way we invest money into our products, and we invest in Black owned business, brands and products. And this is the way we keep it going.
I am a little obsessed with you, I'm not gonna lie. Romeo, from your dad's Master P Reviews, did you have a favorite yourself?
My favorite would probably be, I love Dylan Nays, I love I love food. So a lot of products that came on there, and I forget the name, but it was a candle company that he reviewed when he was in Louisiana. You have to go check it out.
Okay.
But they had this amazing candle company. If you know me, I love my smell goods. I got over 200 candles in one of my cribs. So it's just like anything would smell good.
I love that. It's casting the net wide, Master P, on not just your family. And I think we all get raised in this country like me. It's about me and all the money I can make. And what's really African, to be perfectly honest, is community. So I love that you are leaning on that. That is beautiful. We have like a little rapid fire. You guys ready for this? That means you say the first thing that comes to mind. You up for it?
All right, let's go.
Okay. Best gumbo in NOLA. Go.
My mama's
Big Papa's.
Romeo, you said your mom's?
Yep.
Smart answer. And what did you say, Master P?
Big Papa's restaurant in New Orleans.
I love that. I hope you have stock in that company. All right, here you go. The best weather. LA or New Orleans? Go.
Wait, what you say?
The best weather.
Weather, LA or New Orleans?
That's easy.
I
love New Orleans, but LA got the best weather.
People come to LA just for the weather.
Yes. I was about to clown you guys if you said New Orleans. I was like, LA, we don't have culture, but we got good weather. That is for sure. Okay, here you go. Favorite wrap snack flavor? Go.
Barbecuing with my honey, the Romeo one.
Master P.
Pops, get out here.
Icon. Yeah, and Romeo second. So I like Romeo second, and then I like the Master P's. I got the puffs. Now, if you say chips, I say Romeo.
Okay.
And you had to dabble in that barbecuing with my honey flavor from the Romeos, right?
Yes. Yes.
Did you guys
but I like Lil Baby. I like Cardi B. I like Lil Boosie if you want something hot. But
it's such a
it's the father and son thing. You got both of us. When you go in the store, you can take both of us. You can take Romeo, you can take Master P.
Yeah. You can take all the industry home with you, that's for sure.
Yes.
It's a brilliant company. Thank you for contributing that way as well. Okay, this is gonna be a tough one. It might cause fights. Favorite NBA team? Go.
Ooh.
The Pelicans, especially if I'm the new coach.
Right.
The Pelicans.
You know what? I'm gonna have to go with the Lakers or Raptors.
Yes.
Just because my pops play Raptors, I love Canada. Toronto showed a lot of love. And man, Lakers. I'm just a real purple and gold Laker fan. I'm just saying, pops. Yeah.
The Lakers is my second best team.
Coach, I would coach the. Pops, if you coach the Pelicans, I may switch over, but I'm Lakers.
Yeah, you will switch over. If I coach the Pelicans, you will switch over.
Hey, but Pops, I like the Suns right now with Chris Paul and Devin Booker. That's my new team on the rise.
I just ain't like, you know what? The Clippers really doing them bad right now. So, and that's what I want to change. I want to go back and play that tough basketball and have good people in the locker room. To have somebody like John Lucas in the locker room, that's player coaches. I think we need to go back because I still think about my high school coach, my AAU coach, Moon Jones, people that was just people coaches and motivated us. And I just think we need those type of coaches back into the game instead of coaches that's taking a check and they don't care about the talent, especially African-American talent. Like we make up 90% of the NBA, but we don't have those real mentors. We don't have people that we look up to that could help us even on the court and off the court. And I think we need to change that now. And I think the NBA is looking at that, doing that, because that's how we survive. That's how we make us great. We able to invest into the next generation. I think a lot of those guys make a lot of money, but a lot of them don't have respect for the coaches because they think it's just about the money. And I feel like I could change that in the locker room.
Financial literacy,
yes.
How to be a full family man, not just an athlete,
yes.
Which I think is really important.
Well, just how to do the right thing. And if you do the right thing, blessings will come. Don't get caught up on your talent, because we talked about this earlier. Talent, you only can have talent for so long. But if you use your God-given talent for the right things, then you'll constantly keep getting blessed. Michael Jordan can't dunk no more. Father Time just came through that. And even you look at LeBron's career, even how great he is, he can't do a lot of the stuff he was able to do 10 years ago. So don't think that you're going to be that great as a talent forever. And I just think that if we teach that to this generation and the next generation, then they'll start realizing why they're hot and why they're at the top of the game with their talent. They start investing in some type of product or start investing into themselves and into their families to create that generational wealth. And I want to give that blueprint to our culture and our community. We don't need to keep those secrets and hide them away. I want to create thousands, hundreds of thousands of millionaires and billionaires. And that's where we change the poverty to where we at now.
Wow. I gotta say, Master.
Before you say,
go ahead, Romeo.
The Chicago Bulls are recruiting my dad right now for the head coaching job. They got a lot of Chicago trying to get you over there, Pops.
You know what? And I'll go to any team, and I think people say, well, Pete, would you want to be the assistant coach first and learn? I say, yeah, because I'm a student of the game. I'm constantly learning. So even if the Pelicans say, we don't want you to be the head coach, we want you to be the assistant coach, or we want you to work in the front office and stuff, I'll say, yeah, you know what? I don't mind paying my dues, because this is a passion of mine that I feel like I can connect to the next generation and help us elevate. So that's what this is about. This is about passion and purpose. This is not just about the game of basketball. This is bigger than that.
It's bigger than that. And what I'm going to say to you very clearly, and you already know this, whether you're a coach of whatever team, you can still form some sort of foundation for the NBA, for the players to learn about all the things that are vital for them to break the generational curses, for them to move and to be able to invest their money in the right places. So hats off to you, sir. Last fast question, rapid fire question. Best beignets in New Orleans, go.
Oh, man. Pops, what's that spot by the record store you used to go to when you was young, where you put your first album in?
Cafe Dumas is the place to go.
Yes,
Dumas.
That's the only place I've been.
Oh,
that's it. Right. It don't get no better than that.
Right.
Yeah.
And you cannot take them home. You have to eat them there while they're hot.
Right? Yes.
Or they're no good. That is the truth. All right, let's get in. I just want to make sure you guys watching, you know that we have the first 35 people to type in the chat, #DreamInBlack, got a hoodie or a t-shirt from AT&T. We also have, or from me actually, we also have $10,000 AT&T is giving away for the next couple months, starting in June 29th, all the way through November. All you have to do is make a 30-second to 60-second video and put it up on your Instagram saying why you dream in black, why you create change in your community, why you celebrate Black culture. And AT&T will figure out who those winners are. Thank you guys for playing along. We're going to talk a little bit more about entrepreneurship before we let you leave. You're building your own, we're dreaming in black. AT&T has this great contest. What advice would you give to an entrepreneur who just won $10,000 here in this contest from the AT&T Black Future Maker prize money? And I'm going to ask my team to please put those hashtags in the chat, #DreamInBlack and #ATT Future Maker. Both of you, Romeo and Master P, what would your greatest advice be for someone who just won that prize money?
Yeah, well, I'll just say this. When building a business, I always tell people, build a brand, not just a business. You know, your brand is what other people say about you when you're not in a room. So it's very important to do the research, you know, who you're targeting, you know, focus on the personality of your brand. And I think most importantly is make sure you're doing it for the right reasons, for the love, because you will fail. When you invest that money's going to go. So you may not get it on the first try. So make sure you're putting your heart into everything you're doing it. But don't just build a business. Make sure you're building that brand as well.
Well, I want to say, anybody that's watching this, when you get that money, do something with it that you love and you're passionate about. Because when you create a business and it's not through passion and love, you will fail all the time. You'll lose that money. So do it because you're passionate about it, you love it, and that's the way you move it forward. When I started my brands and find a problem, I found a problem. So I started Uncle P the noodles, the rice, the pancake, the syrup, because I said Aunt Jemima and Uncle Ben is a pure mockery of our culture. We need to be able to put money back into our community, and we found a problem. Like, even though you see these black faces on this product, but we don't own it. And it's not just about ownership, it's about controlling the brands in the product. So we able to put money back into the community, in the culture. You might have to find investors, you might have to get other people to be on your team, but you could take this $10,000 seed money and build something amazing. If you really love it, you have a purpose and a passion behind it, like Romeo said. And then also, don't be afraid to market your brand. Get out there, let other people see it. It's not over. So everybody thinks it's just because I create a brand, you know, now the next step is finding distribution, getting it on the shelf. So you got to find a great team. So make sure that you find a great team, put a team together, and this is the way you build your future. And it can start with your family members, but find experts. Don't just get into business, because some people you might have to cut off that's not about the journey with you. So don't be afraid to cut the people off that's not serious about your dreams and your goals, and believe in what you're doing. And to move it forward, it's going to take love and passion. So when you get this money, find something that you love and you're passionate about, and also find a problem. Find a problem is the way you make money. People buy abandoned houses that they need to fix up. So with a business, you're always trying to fix something. That's the way you make money. And you do it because you love it, and you don't do it for the money. So you got to have the education part with it too. So educate yourself. You have the internet. Don't be afraid to go on and see the people that feel that these business, find out how you can do this the right way. And don't be afraid, like Romeo said, don't be afraid to fail. It might not happen. So take that 10,000. You might want to take 1,000 first to invest it in something. Don't take the whole 10 if you don't know what you're doing.
What else is important? What you taught me when I made my big money, you got to tie too. You got to give back. So
yeah, tie. We always tie 10%. It's gonna come back. So and put God in the business. And that's what we doing now. Everything that we do, we put our trust and faith in God, and that's how we grow our business. Say, you know what? If I put God into my business, then my business will be fruitful.
One thing that's really different about you, and I was a dancer back in the 90s. I danced with, I think I even am in one of your videos, Master P. But
yes,
you don't just talk about it, you be about it. That is
yes.
so important. You sneak in your stuff. I hope you don't stop doing Master P reviews once this pandemic ends, because I think it's your personal Shark Tank, and I think our culture needs it.
Yes, and somebody told me the other day, like, P, you need to start a Shark Tank, and I'm like, we're already doing it with Master P reviews, and we are definitely building, creating funds. We just created a $10 million fund with UBS to help small business to put money back into our community, our culture, because we want to fund those ideas. And so this is definitely the next step, and we encourage other successful entrepreneurs to do the same thing.
I love that. Romeo, you obviously have the best mentor on the planet. What is the greatest thing, Master P, your dad has taught you?
I mentioned it earlier, but it's very simple. If they could do it, we could do it too. And I think if you have that mentality, sky's the limit. You just gotta know that it's possible. And I also want to say this, my advice for anybody out there, just start. The cemetery is already rich enough. You know, no more wasted ideas. Don't be afraid. Just go start. My pop's a living example of that. He wasn't afraid. He was fearless. You know, I always say, shoot for the moon. You may land upon the stars. So just start.
No limit and no fear. Well, again, AT&T Dream in Black is really proud to be a partner with Team Hope NOLA. How can you get others involved to help support your efforts and do some things in their communities? This is my last question to you.
Yes. Go to teamhopefoundation.org. You could volunteer, you could make a difference, you could make a donation, or you could come and spend time. When we talking about volunteer, everybody say, well, I don't have money. You don't have to have money. This is about spending time with the elderly and the next generation. Come be a volunteer, and you can make a difference.
Come help us plant some new food.
Yeah, I love that. And it's expanded obviously beyond New Orleans, right?
Yes.
Do you guys have any dwellings in any other city that we should know about right now?
Yes, we got LA, we got Tennessee, Memphis, we have Louisville, Kentucky. I mean, we're just Texas, so we're definitely expanding, and hopefully, with all the volunteers and people around the world that want to make a donation. I mean, I'm doing right now. We taking Team Hope to Nashville, Tennessee. We looked at one thing with the HBCUs. We said, well, my son go at Tennessee State. We say, how come they don't have great facilities like all the other major colleges? And now we are help putting the floor into the arena, help putting Jumbotron. So you could go to teamhopefoundation.org and make a donation. It could be a small donation, but if all of us make a donation, we could start with Tennessee State, then we could help all the other HBCUs, because when you have these arenas that are nice, then the schools are able to make money and put money back into the education department. And that's what we want to do. We want to make sure our kids get the right education. And that's about understanding the business of college. The business of college is having the right sports programs to have fans come in and put money back into those sports programs to put money back into the schools. So that's the mission.
Yeah, there have been a bunch of really talented basketball players who have chosen HBCUs. That's where we need to be going. And
yes,
Pete, your name is going to be on a bunch of gymnasiums and buildings. That's the goal,
yes,
right?
yes.
Romeo, going forward, I mean, he's going to have buildings at HBCUs. What is your greatest dream going forward?
My greatest dream is just to inspire, to inspire the next, to inspire our youth, to show them that anything is truly possible. I know it sounds cliche, but there's a lot of young kids out there who's afraid to go after their dreams because of failure. So I just hope when people look at me, they see somebody who never gave up, and just like David in the Bible, somebody who wasn't afraid of that giant. Conquer that giant, slay it. Go be great.
Thank you guys so much. I'm geeked. I got to have a convo with two kings today as a queen myself.
Yes,
thank you very much.
You.
And thank you for truly bringing hope to New Orleans and beyond. Much love to you both.
Thank you.
Yes, we dreaming in black. Salute.
Dreaming in black.
Yes.
Much love, guys.
All right.
Don't forget to post this, Romeo.
Thank you. I will.
Do you know how to do that?
I'm about to figure it out. I'm about to get off here. But no, have a good one.
You too. Much love, y'all. See you soon.
Yes.
Okay, bye.
Peace, family. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and check us out on aboutthatonline.com. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook for exclusive playlists and social media for all different types of segments and content.